Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It's April 17th, about 7:45 a.m. my time. I wanted to talk about the market at large, but of course, I still want to talk about the hottest topic in conversation about markets, which is Degen chain and layer 3. So as I've told you all many a times, I think the Degen chain is going to be pretty massive. One of the simplest reasons is because of its large usage in Warpcast. I wrote up this thread yesterday, and please do join Warpcast because I'm going to show you in today's video why it is so important and imperative for you to join Warpcast. Because look, it's April now, okay? Warpcast and Degen Chain both really started to take off no more than 4 months ago. Warpcast was created, I think, sometime last year. Degen Chain was created sometime earlier this year. Okay, so basically January, as you can see. So you are still very, very early. As we like to say on Warpcast, we are so early. All right, you are so early. If you're watching this video and you've seen my previous videos, right? I've done some of these videos a couple of weeks back. And there's only, four or five videos that I've made so far. Today's is the fifth. So I'm doing my best to get you guys on the Warpcast and Degen chain activity, right? I'm trying to get y'all involved. I'm trying to show you the way why this new form of Web3 world, layer 3 world is going to be extremely beneficial for someone like you and me. So quick thread, right? Let me go through this and make sure, again, you join Warpcast. There's an invite link below. If you join Warpcast and you use my invite link, shoot me a message, right? Let me know that you've joined. I will happily send you free warps, free Degen tokens, get you started. Okay, so this is the great thing about Web3 is it's kind of spreading the love, sharing the alpha, and of course, sharing the tips. And I'll talk about that in a second. So quick thread, right? I just want to highlight this real quick. Okay, why you want to be active on Warpcast and of course, focus on Degen Chain. Okay, one of the main reasons why Warpcast and Degen Chain are truly new narrative plays is because there's never been a product like this that has so much uniqueness, innovativeness, excitement, and also is so seamless and easy to use. All right. Warpcast is basically like Web3 Twitter. And Degen Chain is the equivalent of Solana, but on the Ethereum blockchain. Because honestly, I use Degen Chain literally every single day. And it is as fast and as cheap as Solana. Sure, there's not that many products on Degen Chain yet, but guess what? It's still under the Ethereum umbrella, right? And being under the Ethereum umbrella means that there's a lot of money that can come from Ethereum into Degen Chain, into NFTs, into DeFi products, into all kinds of cool stuff. Now, the cool thing about joining Warpcast especially is you get, oftentimes, you're very early to airdrops because this is such a new form of like Web3 world that everybody who is Web3 wants to reward you for being on the Web3 Twitter. So you get free airdrops like the Bento airdrop that was created yesterday. 200 million tokens. So if we go to Bento chart right now, 200 million tokens multiplied by the current price, I think that's like, I want to say maybe $20. Yeah, I think that's like $20. I mean, $20 for doing literally nothing. You did nothing and you earned $20. You may not think $20 is a lot, but remember, compound this with other actions that they may have in their channel. Meaning if Bento exists on Warpcast, this is not the only airdrop that they're going to do. This is not the only reward that they're going to do. The more active you are in their community, the more rewards you get. And guess what? Bento is also not the only one that's going to do that. Many other projects and applications will give you free money rewards for your activity, rewards for your loyalty. Here's one, right? This is, I don't even know why I was getting paid, but apparently I was earning rewards in the current reward pool, right? I have no idea what I did to deserve it, but am I going to fight it? No, not at all. So I get free money for just being either active on the Degen chain or being active on Warpcast, right? Or both. Here's another one. I've spoken about Dracula many times. Dracula is the newer sort of social fi app where you can, as a user, post your content, create your content, and share it on here. And I do a lot of videos. I share a lot of content, things that I have on my phone or things that I've posted, whether on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook Reels, right? Or TikTok. I just take those and I just post them here. And when I post them here, guess what? I have the option and opportunity, rather, to make some money, get some rewards. You can see Dracula said that this week our on-chain creator fund payout will go towards not just the creators, but to all Dracula users. So if you're just a user, and by the way, obviously I'm a creator, right? I'm creating content. But if you're just a user and you're watching content on here, like this content and this content, you'll see you get a +1 for watching that video. Again, another +1 for watching that video. So Dracula tracks user activity and it knows, how much you've been paying attention, what you've been watching, what you've been doing. So this way, you are effectively getting paid to be active in the Web3 world. All right. The next thing is being active on Warpcast. Okay. More often than not, here's the tips that I've made this month. And this is just this month, 23,744. So multiply that by the current price of tips. I don't know, what is that, like $400 or $500? Correct me on my math, right? But point is, it's still free money, whether it's $100 or $400. And guess what? I have been doing nothing different than whatever I used to do on Twitter. I just do here. I post content, I engage with people, I share my alpha, I share my thoughts on the market, I share my content, whatever I find, I share my insights on the market. Everything that I do on Twitter, I do here. But now you're actually getting paid for that alpha, right? And by the way, I'll give you one piece of advice. Do not beg for tips. Do not ask people like, hey, you didn't tip me for this or that, or please tip me. Don't do that. That's the worst way and you'll never get tipped. How you will get recognized is continue to deliver content and alpha like this. Make threads, share your art, share your creativity, whatever you find, be active in these channels. Like I'm pretty active, let's just say in the, so I own Swatch Collective channel, right? Sometimes when people are in this channel and they're active, I will tip them, right? I'll just tip them for their activity. I'll tip them because they're nice individuals. I'll tip them because they shared something that I didn't know about previously. Okay, so this is how I operate my channel. Now there's a Reply Guys channel too, and this one is also pretty popular, right? So for example, yesterday I had shared something. Let me see here. Let me see. Yesterday I had shared something in the Reply Guy channel. Okay, see right there, right? And some other people had tipped me already. Let me see where it is actually. Yeah, there you go. See, I got tipped like 700 Degen. Over here, I got tipped 5,000 Degen, right? This one I got 15 Degen. So the point is that you will often see your work, your insights being rewarded. And that is an amazing thing. Again, this is all about how you want to be active in the new world of Web3, Warpcast and Degen specifically. Okay? So if you feel like you're struggling in your trading account or you're not able to get the right, spot positions or whatever, just remember, we're also entering a new world of how you can monetize yourself, your creativity, your insights, your mind and knowledge in crypto. I'm really not the smartest person, right? I just like to share my thoughts. I have no creativity, creative bone in my body. Okay. I'm not good at art, so I don't create NFTs. Um, I have a good insight on markets, so I share my thoughts on markets, which I think people obviously value. And this is why I'm getting tipped for, this kind of thread. And I love sharing my alpha and information because I never feel like it should be kept to yourself, right? You always want to share all the good that's happening, where everybody else can benefit. And everyone else will see that you're sharing good vibes and you're spreading alpha, and they will reward you for it. The good people will always find you and they will reward you. But just keep active, get on Warpcast, be active on Degen. Okay. So my invite link for Warpcast is below. Now let's get on with D-Gentleman. The Degen related NFT. I want to talk about this real quick because the gentleman I spoke about a few times. So I'm going to talk about a couple of different collections. So D-Gentleman, I think, sits on both Base and the Degen blockchain. Actually, no, I'm sorry. It's a purely Degen PFP project. Okay. Anyway, I think they're going at a really cheap price. Like this is like $40, $50. I think this is a pretty solid pickup. These PFPs remind me of the early DeGods days, the early Mad Lads days. If you're not familiar with DeGods or Mad Lads, just go look into it. They're both Solana collections. They've done really, really well. And I think D-Gentleman is also going to do really well. But again, not financial advice. This is just me showing you why I like art and NFTs, what kind of teams I like. Because here on D-Gentleman, right, you can kind of see they have this cool thing called Transmog, which is like a potion that you can buy, and whatever D-Gentlemans that you have, you can kind of change them or upgrade them, if you will. Okay, once you get that potion. This is almost the same kind of unique, let's just say, trick that DeGods had way back in the day. And it really, really elevated their collection to a whole different level. So it's just something to keep in mind, right? Like if you like art, cool art like this, like the D-Gentleman, make sure y'all pay attention to it. And then, check out the opportunity to buy them on OpenSea here. Okay. So that's number one. All right. Number two, the other NFTs that I'm into, so swatches. I told you all about swatches the day it was listed as a public mint, and back then it was trading for 0.01 ETH. Today it's trading at almost 0.1, right? That's almost a 10x already. So basically, like imagine $30 or $40 mint turned into 400, right? I love cool collections like this. I love the artist JVMI. This is one of the reasons why I created Swatch Collective channel. This is only for Swatch owners. So if you have a Swatch, which is, this collection right here, you can get in and I will share, whatever alpha, free opportunities, airdrops, other people will do the same. And this is how we create a community together, right? We share good information, good alpha, and we all grow together. Okay. The other one I wanted to share, which is a little bit new, is called Based Punks. Now, Based Punks is also really interesting because it's kind of like another PFP style project. To be honest, I don't really know how well it's going to do, just because I know punks are really hot, but I don't own any. I don't know if I'm going to buy any, but it's made by the artist Traff. He's incredibly popular right now. You never know when these collections take off, right? Punks are, in general, a very, very popular collection on Ethereum mainnet. Will they do well on Base? Possibly, right? Will these kinds of styles do well on Base? Quite possible. Okay, so I want to give you all these three collections to pay attention to. Of course, there's Crypto the Game S2, but I don't know much about it. I'm still doing research. But D-gentlemen, swatches, and base punks, definitely pay attention to these three. And again, like I said, they're still relatively cheap. Based on like other prices of similar collections. Okay, not investment advice. I'm not telling you to buy. Obviously, I already told y'all I own some D-gentlemen and swatches. I've yet to buy base punks, but I'm thinking about it. Okay. Now, the other concept that I've talked about before is, the idea that I think L3s are going to be a very big thing, right? If you look here, Nick here posted, look at the movement in transactions per second of how much base and degen chain have done over Ethereum already. That means there's a lot of activity flowing into both base and degen chain. And in fact, one of the ways to kind of gauge that is if you go to DeFi Llama, right, you will see that if you look at base, okay, there's $1.48 billion in TVL locked up. You can also follow Jesse Pollock, and he will post a lot of content about, how much TVL does base have? What are the transaction fees? How much MAUs and DAUs has base gained? And you'll see that base is a incredibly fast growing chain. And not only base, but of course, the other beneficiary, which is degen chain, is also growing incredibly fast. And by the way, this TVL is very wrong. This is not true at all. I'm pretty sure the TVL is much higher, but I don't think DeFi Llama has gotten this updated. But the point is that degen chain has a long way to go in terms of upside. Actually, one of the ways you can debridged, you can check out debridged finance and check out where's their analytics. Hang tight. Let's see. Oh, I think it's Explorer right here. Okay, so what we want to find is, where is degen chain? See, most of these resources, they don't even have degen chain listed because they don't know how to track the transactions. They've not fully ported the data over. But the point is that as someone who uses degen chain every day, like myself, I can honestly tell you that there's a lot happening on degen chain, especially because it's direct sort of tie-in with Warpcast. The amount of tips and activities that happens right through Warpcast regarding degen is pretty massive. The other thing that I was going to talk about is another concept of an L3, which I've shared before, right? I think L3s are going to be massive, right? L3s are going to be the topic of conversation almost for the next, remainder of the year. And another L3 that's being created is HAM. HAM, the ticker is TN100X. So it's this one right here. The next meme coin, the next 100 meme coin. I think it started off as a meme coin, and I think they're going to build a chain out of it, an L3 chain. So definitely pay attention to it. Currently sitting at 22 million. It's kind of high, but compared to, let's just say, the degen chain, which sits at 300, that's still a 10x away. If you believe this one has a capability of going to 100 or 200 million, right? Again, not investment advice, but the point is that in HAM or TN100X, same thing, right? If you're active in their community, and this is their channel right here, see all these things at the bottom left are channels. Find your lane, figure out where you add value to which channel, and let's just be active in it. Contribute, share alpha, share your insights, share NFTs, whatever you feel is a place where you can contribute. That's where you may get to the top casters, or people may like your casts. They may like your information. They'll tip you. So same thing happened with me. I just posted some of my insights and alpha in this HAM channel. and I got tipped, 231,000 ham tokens, right? That is at current value like $300 or 400. I don't know. My brain is not working right now, but point is, it's money, right? And it's free money. And free money is always good money because, again, whatever I was going to do anyway, I did without any thought in mind of getting rewarded. And then you get surprised when you get rewarded. So be active, focus on where you can contribute. Don't beg for tips. Just bring value, share alpha, share insights, create, be a creator, be a value add, and you will get rewarded. All right. Other aspects of the market. So I've already told y'all that mint.club is probably the one place where you can find a lot of really cool projects that are relatively underrated, let's just say. So here you can kind of see that in Wrap Degen, you have things like Cinez, which is a meme coin that I bought. Cinez is trading at 460K market cap. Can it go up from here? Possibly. Can it go down from here? Possibly also. But the point is that if you believe that Degen chain, right, is going to be a big thing, where do you think the value will accrue to? Which meme coins, which projects? That's for you to do research in. I don't really know. I just buy what I think is cool. I buy good communities too. So Cinez is also a really cool community because if you actually go to the Cinez channel and say you own the tokens, okay? So for example, you can check, they've built this checker where this person has created this checker where, you could see how much and if a person owns Cinez tokens. So here's a perfect example. So this is the person Cinez, and this is, I think, who the token is based off. And you can go here and you can do a check Cinez, right? And here at the bottom, it'll show you, hey, this person owns 6.5 million Cinez tokens. Okay, so that's great because now we know that, hey, so-and-so person owns X amount of tokens. And then if you own those tokens, you get tipped, right? Almost every day or every few days, someone will basically tip you. So I think it's pretty awesome that, whenever you're a Cinez holder, you will get tipped like this, right? Just because, you're a holder of this particular token. So it's really nice, sometimes that they've created a different way of adding value, which is if you're just a holder of this token and you're pretty active in the Cinez channel, you have an opportunity to get tipped. Okay. Don't ask for tips, like I said before, right? Just be active in the channel. And if they see that you're a Cinez holder adding value, you make some free degen. Okay. And like I said, same thing about ham, right? If you believe that ham is going to be a big thing, this, this token that's associated with the ham chain, you will get tipped like I did. And all you have to do is be active in these channels, contribute value, add value, share memes. Sometimes it's all about just sharing memes and you get tipped that way. Like if you sometimes look at my notification, you'll see that people just randomly tip me for, just sharing their information or alpha or giving a shout out. Same thing yesterday. So I got tipped these hams. And by the way, whenever you see stuff like this, right, like emojis like this actually means that you did get tipped. All right, just FYI. Let me see here. Yeah, so yesterday I got tipped for my my thread. More often than not, someone will see value in what you're making and they will tip you. Okay, cool. Yeah, right there. All right, well, let's move on. So I already spoke about Bento, right? Meme coin you should be paying attention to. They have a NFT. You can mint this. Unfortunately, it's on Ethereum. You have to mint this NFT, so it's a little bit more expensive. But if you have the option and you want to do it, you can go to Zora and mint their Bento NFT. Okay, cool. I spoke about Dracula, right? Be active, you will get rewarded. Here's a cool thing, right? Meme coins and then Degen Chain are the talk of the town amongst the Reddit community slowly. So if you pay attention to Reddit or 4chan or even Twitter, you'll realize that a lot more people are talking about the Degen Chain. So I think that flywheel effect momentum is just getting started for layer threes in Degen Chain. So make sure y'all keep an eye on that. And even if you go here, like I've only made 5 videos, but if you start typing in Degen Chain, you'll see that a lot more videos are coming out. Delphi Digital, which is a massive organization in crypto, just made, Degen Chain video, right? Here's all the crypto influencers who are making Degen Chain videos, say Crypto Banter. All these guys are making Degen Chain videos because they see that it's going to be a pretty massive thing, right? So yeah, the crowd is slowly coming in, retail is slowly coming in. Definitely want to pay attention to Degen Chain. Okay. Other parts of Degen Chain that you should be excited about. So I think there's going to be a lot more projects coming on to Degen. For example, so I think uncuts.app. This is one where you can kind of see you have basically this tradable card. If you're familiar with Friend Tech, this is kind of the same thing, right? It's like, well, do you want to buy this person's card? Do you feel like their value will go up or down? It's basically like betting on a human or a profile or an account. So it's kind of cool. Anyway, I'm not really that active on Uncuts, so probably don't buy my cards, but I'm very active on Warpcast. I'm very active on Dracula, right? So these are the places where I'm very active and I provide a lot of value. Let me see here. Yeah, we got that and talked about Reddit and make sure you pay attention to, search trends on TikTok and Instagram and Twitter. And you'll see that Degen Chain and layer threes are slowly building up as part of, the conversation. I also believe that I posted this yesterday. Where is it? Let me see here. Yeah, I posted this yesterday. So I think, see, there's a lot of money from bigger funds like A16Z in venture that are investing into crypto. And one thing that I find interesting is generally, right? Even venture folks are never that great at spotting what is truly going to be a big thing in like 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. They're good at like creating wider net bets, meaning they may bet on, DeFi products as a whole, like as an aggregate, large category. They may bet on, gaming projects too, right? See, you can see A16Z added $600 million to their games fund, right? Obviously, some of that money is going to go to crypto gaming projects, I think they are also focusing on Depend. Same thing with Multicoin, which is a crypto native fund. But the point is that they may not see things like Warpcast or Degen Chain like you and I do, because we get to experience this stuff at the ground level, right? We get to see the real value, tangible value on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis. And we get to see that months in advance of anyone else who really experiencing that. So I think that's one of the big advantages that we have, especially now that Warpcast is a big thing. We get to share this alpha with each other, and you will actively see, the activity and the people and the users grow. And that is a pretty awesome thing, right? So anyway, I just want to show you guys one more thing. There's a Dune dashboard, I think, on where is it? Dune dashboard on Degen. Okay. Let's see here. So you can see Farcaster DAUs, right? Daily active users. Look how big it has gotten, right? That's a pretty phenomenal jump on daily active users. And you can see the cast, the reaction, the link volume. More and more people are way more active. So you see clearly like um, this is not a fad, right? There's actual real activity and real usage of Warpcast and people being really active. You can see also daily tipping amounts are going up. That means more and more people are getting tipped. More and more people are tipping, which means if you're watching this video and you're thinking you're too late or you may not get tipped, it doesn't matter that the pie as a whole is growing, which means you have the option and the opportunity to make money via tips, right? So that's something to pay attention to. Daily tipping amount in general has been going up for several months. All in all, the numbers as a whole, right? You could see even, the number of tippers also been going up, right? So this is one of the reasons why you want to focus on Warpcast. Be involved. And while you're involved in that, you will find good alpha regarding degen projects. Like all the alpha that I've shared with you, I've pretty much found it all on Warpcast. There's nothing special about it. There's no hidden chat and hidden conversations. I share everything pretty much in public. So get on it. Don't be lazy. Share memes, share alpha, get involved in channels, and spread good vibes. All right. Good luck, everybody. That's pretty much all I have. Let me just check one more thing real quick. So yeah, I've already talked about this before, right? Degen as a multi-month potential consolidation before the next big leg up. I think this is how it's going to happen. The other thing I want to mention real quick, okay? I think BTC is ultimately going to pull down to mid to low 50s. So I would say another 10% drop from here is due. I think this is going to be just in time for the halving, which is coming up in about 3 days. So if we build kind of like this kind of structure up until consolidation like this, like this, like this, like this, and then break out, August, September till the end of the year, I would probably figure that this structure will be very similar to what happened in the 2020 halving right here, right? Very, very similar structure, consolidation for multiple months before expansion and then massive, massive expansion. And with that being said, right, I think what will likely happen is as BTC pulls back to mid to low 50s, I think Ethereum will pull back somewhere around 2,700 to 25. And that gives, opportunities on Solana somewhere close to 100. In that time, I expect degen to hit these levels down here around 0.014, 0.015, but it's not necessary, right? Degen could just have a very tight floor where it just consolidates like this in a very, very tight coiling way. And maybe it starts breaking out well before BTC does, well before Ethereum or Solana does. Just because it's so new, the narrative is new, the users are way more active and engaging. Money is possibly easier to flow into the degen chain, et cetera, right? All the very reasons I've spoken about multiple times. But I do think that the risk is still real, that we could have a further pullback. Same thing across the board in Solana, in Ethereum. And that gives us, a little bit of caution for probably the remainder of April and possibly sometime in May also. So that's pretty much it. I've shared pretty much everything that I want to talk about. I talked about my thread, talked about, the Synes token, why it's important to be active in channels. the different NFT collections that you want to be paying attention to. You know, all the influencers and everybody starting to talk about Degen Chain and why that's a good thing for all of us, right? The amount of active users and people involved in Farcaster, the Degen tipping behavior, why that's beneficial for you and me. Talk about Ham Chain, which is a new L3 starting up. And that's it. All right. Be active on Degen Chain. Join Warpcast. My invite link is below. If you do join, send me a message. I'll shoot you over some free Degen tokens. All right. Good luck, everybody. Take care. Cheers.